Blank Slate by Academy Sensei Iruka. It starts with Arthur blacking out, and then next thing he knows, he wakes up in a jail carriage being carted away by Pinkertons, who he doesn't recognize, and when they say his name, he doesn't recognize his own name, and they realize that he's lost his memory. So what the Pinkertons decide to do is they show up, they find out that he can still shoot his gun okay, like he's still a good shot, but he's lost his memory, so what they decide to do is roll up to Dutch's gang and be like, we found Arthur, and convince him to try and shoot like Dutch and the gang, and then Arthur realizes that he must have known them by their reaction, and so the Pinkertons realize, I guess Dutch is mad because that Arthur lost his memory and everyone's sad, and then the Pinkertons just leave. They're like, yeah, take this, he lost his memory, that sucks. And then they just leave him with the gang and leave, and don't show up again for the rest of the fanfiction. They're just like, alright, we found your guy, his memory's gone, and instead of like keeping him because he's a criminal or for ransom money or for influence over the gang, they're just like, nope, you can have him back. He doesn't have his memory, so we don't want him. When Arthur's back reunited with the gang, Hosea starts prodding his memory, trying to be like, alright, let's see what you remember. For some reason, he's not letting Arthur talk to Charles. Arthur doesn't know why, and then after looking at Charles, he gets like this feeling that makes him think they must have been in like a relationship before he lost his memory, and he's like, he goes up to Charles and kisses him, and Charles freaks out and is like, you don't remember me, so this is weird, and then he leaves. Charles leaves the camp for a couple days, and Arthur freaks out about it. He's like, why did I look what I've done? I shouldn't have done that. And Jose is like, well, at least you still have feelings for Charles, so I guess it's okay, but you'll figure it out. And then, so Arthur, he starts chopping wood, because he's all frustrated, and then Micah comes up to Arthur while he's chopping wood and is like, hey, we used to be really close, you and I. And Arthur's like, I don't know if I believe you, because when I look at you, I get a sick feeling in my gut, which is like, I mean, same. And then Arthur passes out, and then the next day, he sneaks out from camp. He runs into Kieran, who he doesn't remember, but he remembers he used to be, Driscoll, and like teases him for it. And Kieran's like, I thought you lost your memory. And Arthur's like, I did, but I need to get some space. I need to leave for a few days. Or not a few days, but he's just like, I need to leave camp. And Kieran lets him, despite, the immediate danger he'd be in, leaving the camp with no memory, and the fact that he's like a wanted criminal, and also just like it's dangerous. And Kieran's like, alright, I guess you could leave, it's fine. And then while he's out of camp, Micah comes up and is like, you are starting to remember things, so you're gonna remember that you hate me. So what he does is he like lassos Arthur and then drags him behind his horse, and is like, Arthur passes out because he's being dragged behind a horse, and then like when he wakes up, Micah's like, oh thank God, I thought you were dead. Like he wasn't fucking dragging him behind a horse. He's like, oh, I was worried your neck might have broken. Well, if you didn't want to, then don't drag him behind a horse. He's all freaked out. And then Arthur and Micah start, like, fighting. And then Charles shows up and he saves the day. He fucking strangles Micah and kills him. Like, he just chokes out Micah. And Micah's dead. And then Charles and Arthur go back to camp. And the end. That's it. That's the fanfiction. It's very good. Highly recommend.